Hey there all craft beer lovers, time for that beer review once again. So for this time around we're returning to Stockholm in Sweden, to Stockholm Brewing Company. Back with these guys again, taking a look at their fairly recent release, A Better Bitter. Described on the back of the can as a classic English style best bitter, coming in at 4% in a 440ml can. There you go, and there's the artwork. Just a plain Jane can there with that sticker on label. A Better Bitter. There you go. Right, let's pop that can, see what we get. So Stockholm Brewing Company, they're doing some good beers. There we go. Touch of smoke on that one. And they crank out a lot of beers. But this is more, I would say, they are a craft beer brewery. But this is more of a traditional beer. Craft-made traditional beer. How's that? Sounds good to me. There we go. So I do love myself a good English style pub bitter. Always a good meal beer. There we go. Right. Okay, so in view there guys, what do we have? 2 fingers worth of a nice off-white head, good foam there, some small bubbles on top. Definitely a lightly brown colored beverage there, good deal of carbonation raging there. You can hear it fizzing and hissing. Nice looking pint. Let's get the nose on this one. Yeah, so definitely a little bit of a citrusy, bitter hop aroma. Slight fruity vibes. Maybe a hint of caramel, but it's ever so subtle. It's very subtle. The whole aroma is very subtle. Okay, subtle, but let's see what we have. Cheers, everybody. Okay, so right away, I think that the mouthfeel is quite thin, to be fair. It's quite thin. I did expect a little bit more body to the beer. It's quite thin. Again. Yeah, so I mean, the flavors are somewhat thin as well. You do get a little bit of fruitiness, a little bit of caramel, a little bit of toffee thrown into the mix. You get a long lingering bitter aftertaste, so the bitterness is fine. But I mean, for me, those initial flavors there, that lovely traditional fruitiness, that traditional caramel toffee vibe, it's very subtle and it dissipates quite quickly. And the body is very thin. So surprisingly, I'm a little bit surprised and a little bit disappointed, to tell you the truth. Stockholm Brewing Company, I mean, they're doing some good beers. I really like this company. They do have an exquisite barrel aging program going on. But I mean, they know how to make a good beer. And this is unfortunately a little bit of a disappointing pint, to be fair. Final sip. Yeah, a little bit of a malty breadiness, a little bit of a slight fruitiness, a little bit of toffee and fudge. But I mean, the flavors are very faint. And the bitterness is there for sure, but the initial flavors disappears quite quickly. For me, a little bit of a disappointing best bitter, to tell you the truth, but it's okay. It's an okay beer, a little bit of a run-of-the-mill beer. For me, I'm going to give it a 3.25 out of 5. A little bit lacking, but a good meal beer nonetheless, in spite of those quickly dissipating flavors there. That was everything for today. Cheers, guys.